The Cheers to That podcast, proudly brought to you by drinklab.org.
All right, so picture this. You're scrolling through, TikTok, Instagram, and bam, this ridiculously bright green cocktail pops up.
It's practically glowing.
Exactly. It's like, what is that? And chances are, it's the Scooby Snack Shot. I got to admit, the color alone had me curious.
It's like someone bottled a cartoon, right? And it's been blowing up everywhere. Social media, bar menus, you name it.
Totally. And that's what we're diving into today. It's like 1 minute it was nowhere, the next minute everyone and their mystery machine is obsessed. So we've got a mountain of articles here, recipes, all sorts of stuff. And the goal is to uncover, well, everything about the Scooby Snack Shot.
The hows, the whys, but especially the origins.
Ooh, yeah, about those origins. That's where it gets a little, shall we say, mysterious?
Mysterious is an understatement. It's surprisingly hard to pin down exactly where this drink came from. It's like trying to catch a ghost in a net.
All right. You'd think for a drink this popular, there'd be a clear history, a definitive inventor. But nope, it's a real head-scratcher. But hey, who doesn't love a good mystery, especially when there are cocktails involved?
Here. So where do we even begin with this green enigma?
Well, before we get lost in the speculation, let's break down the basics. What actually is in a Scooby Snack Shot? What's got everyone in such a frenzy?
Okay, so picture yourself on a tropical beach with the Mystery Inc. crew, because this shot is like a vacation in a glass. Seriously.
Okay, I'm liking where this is going. Sunshine, sand, maybe a talking parrot. Hit me with those ingredients.
All right, so most of the recipes we dug up have a few key players in common. We're talking coconut rum, usually Malibu is the go-to. Then, for that signature melon flavor, you've got to have melon liqueur, and Midori's the reigning champ there. And of course, no tropical getaway is complete without a good splash of pineapple juice.
Sounds pretty standard so far. Deliciously tropical, but standard. What's the twist?
Oh, there's definitely a twist. Ready for this? Heavy cream.
Hold up, heavy cream. Like the stuff you put in your coffee. In a tropical drink, that's a new one on me.
Right, it's not what you'd expect, but trust me, it works. That little bit of heavy cream gives it this incredibly smooth, almost decadent texture that you wouldn't believe.
Okay, now I'm even more curious. So we've got the tropical vibes, the creamy surprise. What about the finishing touches?
The garnish. That's where things get really fun. Obviously, you got to have that mountain of whipped cream, maybe a cherry on top. But some folks get super creative. We saw everything from little Scooby snack, graham cracker cookies to, well, let's just say the possibilities are endless.
Okay, now that's just adorable.
Yeah.
So it sounds like there's the classic recipe, but then a whole lot of room to play around, right? I mean, I've seen things about banana liqueur, even a BLUE Scooby snack floating around out there.
You're telling me. It seems like everyone's putting their own spin on it, which actually makes perfect sense when you think about it.
Oh.
How so?
Well, if the origins are as mysterious as we think, then maybe there's no one right way to make a Scooby Snack Shot. Maybe it's all about taking those core flavors, those tropical vibes, and just running with it. Intriguing. So we've got the ingredients down, the variations, but what about the name itself? Where does Scooby Snack Shot come from? I mean, it's not like they were sipping on these in the cartoons.
Yeah.
Were they?
That's the million-dollar question, isn't it? And trust me, we went down a rabbit hole trying to find the answer. And what we found was, well, let's just say there are a lot of theories, each more fascinating than the last.
All right, so we're on the case. We've got this culinary mystery on our hands, the case of the elusive Scooby Snack Shot origin. Where do we even start with these theories?
Well, buckle up, because the first one takes us straight back to childhood. Remember those green fruit snacks, the Scooby snacks?
How could I forget? Those were a lunchbox staple.
Exactly. So some folks believe the Scooby Snack Shot is a nod to those iconic treats, like a grown-up version of those sugary snacks we all loved.
Okay, that's a pretty solid theory. Nostalgic, playful, definitely fits the vibe. But you said there were more.
Oh, there are always more. Theory number 2 focuses on everyone's favorite cowardly hippie, Shaggy.
Shaggy. What, like, zoinks, this drink is good?
Not quite, though I wouldn't say no to that as a tagline. This theory points to Shaggy's signature green shirt as the inspiration for the drink's name.
I can see it. That faded green is practically iconic. Plus, it ties into the whole cartoon aesthetic.
Right. And if those 2 theories weren't enough, we've even got one that involves the mystery machine itself.
Don't tell me they're saying the drink's named after the van's paint job.
Bingo! That vibrant lime green is hard to miss. And let's be honest, it wouldn't be the weirdest thing those meddling kids have encountered.
It's like everyone's looking at the same clue but seeing something different. Kind of reminds me of those spooky shadows that turn out to be a coat rack.
But you know what else is interesting? This whole neon green drink craze isn't exactly new. Remember that Green Grinch cocktail that was everywhere a couple of holidays ago? Or what about the infamous Tokyo tea?
Ooh, the Tokyo tea. Some legends are best left untold, my friend. But you've got a point. There's something about that bright green that just screams fun, you know? It's like a party in a glass.
Totally. It's like the visual equivalent of a catchy pop song. You see it, you want to know more, you have to try it, and that's before you even factor in the taste.
Speaking of taste, we've talked about the classic Scooby Snack Shot recipe, but I've seen some bars getting really creative with their versions. It's like the drink is breaking free from the shot glass and demanding a bigger stage.
Absolutely. We're seeing everything from like supersized Scooby snacks served in those giant martini glasses to completely new takes on the original recipe. Some places are even offering vegan versions made with coconut cream and dairy-free whipped cream.
A vegan Scooby snack.
Yes.
Wonder if Shaggy approves. Okay, now that's got me thinking, in all your Scooby Snack research, were there any variations that really stood out?
Oh, there was one that made me do a double take. The blue Scooby snack.
The BLU Scooby Snack. Hold on, are we talking about swapping out the Midori for something? Blue. Because that feels almost wrong somehow.
Right. But it makes you wonder, how far is too far when it comes to reinventing a classic? Is it still a Scooby Snack Shot if it's blue?
Now, those are the real mysteries, man. Maybe those meddling kids can crack this case too. But seriously, I think it says a lot about this drink. You know, it's not just a recipe, it's like an idea, a starting point. And then there's the whole nostalgia factor.
Exactly. We've got the mystery of the name, the constantly evolving recipes. But the real question is, why has the Scooby Snack Shot of all things captured everyone's attention?
So we set out to uncover the origins of the Scooby Snack Shot.
And we ended up
Down a rabbit hole.
of nostalgic theories and blue cocktails.
It's like every clue just led to another mystery. You know what? I think that's part of the appeal.
Oh, absolutely. The Scooby Snack Shot is like the perfect storm of nostalgia, good taste, and that eye-catching look.
And we can't forget how shareable it is.
Right. It's made for the social media age. You see that bright green drink popping up on your feed.
You instantly want one for yourself.
It's like a marketing masterpiece.
But it's more than just marketing, don't you think?
I'd say so.
It's like this little green symbol of, I don't know, simpler times maybe?
Totally. It's that Saturday morning cartoon feeling, but in a cocktail.
And who doesn't love a little bit of that?
Especially these days, right?
Exactly. We're all craving a little comfort, a little escape.
And the Scooby Snack Shot delivers.
It's familiar, it's fun, it brings people together.
And let's be real, it's just plain tasty.
You know, we've spent all this time dissecting this drink.
The ingredients, the theories, the history.
And honestly, now I just want to go make one.
Me too. It's making me thirsty just thinking about it.
So whether you prefer your Scooby Snack Shot classic, vegan, or even blue,
You're joining a whole community of cocktail enthusiasts
who appreciate a good mystery.
and a delicious drink.
Cheers to that.
That's right, Raggy. Get the Scooby Snack Shot for free at drinklab.org.